This is a story about how everything from the end of well, forget the end of the Tarzan boss battle, even before the Tarzan final boss battle, to now, was gone. Let's tell you a story. Fuck it, let's recap. Hang on a second. First, oh, see, I knew there was a cutscene I had to do first. Ellipses. It's shit, you should know! You might be wondering why that's Aerith's voice. What is the fucking, like, you know what I'm looking for? Like, not the conjugation, but, like, so, like, Aerith is, like, what is that? Like, Aerith voice? Aerith. Is it, like, just Aerith with an apostrophe at the end? But how do you pronounce it?
Aerith, I guess, right?
Aerith.
Aerith.
Anyway, you might be asking why I gave her that voice, and it's because I don't like the voice that she was given. Not because she's not a good voice actress, not because I don't even think it fits the character. I don't like it because, I don't remember when Advent Children came up, or when Advent Children came out, I should say, but that's the first time that we heard Aerith's voice, like, outside of Kingdom Hearts. I think Kingdom Hearts came out first, and yeah. I can't go back to this voice after that. And then that same voice actress, she was in Crisis Core, and she was in, I believe she was in Dirge of Cerberus. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I just gave her a stupid voice because I don't like that, you know, they couldn't have just...
You don't like the voice she has in this game?
No, again, I don't have a problem with the voice she does. I think it fits just fine. I can't go back after hearing the Advent Children / Crisis Core / Possible to Cerberus voice, hashtag I'm confused. Dude, we found puppies since we ran through here. How did we find puppies since we... Oh, it was in the cave.
Yeah.
Your babies are in a cave, in a box. Enjoy that. Kiragaji. Pongo and Perdita, is that right?
Yeah. Perdita.
I like sour cream on my Perditas. Oh shit. Wait, we have to fucking, we have to go to the Merlin bullshit first. Alright. Wait, maybe we don't. What do we have to do? Do we have to go to Merlin first? Wait, yes we do. Wait. Whoa. I think we have to talk to Sid.
Sid?
Son of a bitch. Yeah, you know, Sid! The guy that gave this fucking voice for some reason. I guess that's cool. You did kind of meet him in a podunk little town. I mean, granted, it did have a giant fucking rocket ship in it, but... I digest.
Yes.
What have you got there? Hey, Lefant Gummy Blog. I think you're gonna give me a book. Oh, dude, you missed the Wonderland episode. Because obviously that was the one before Tarzan. You don't have to do it beforehand, but based on the Battlestar rating, you do. You missed it because I kind of went off on a rant. Not an angry rant, just a rant. If you Google the name of the guy who originally did the voice of Pooh, you'll know he also did the voice of the Cheshire Cat. And playing through Kingdom Hearts again really made me realize how annoyed that made me. Is because, like, they had this opportunity to make, like, some really cool, like, voice acting scenes, and the director in me is critical of the way that they, like, executed, like, some of the actual just regular scenes, but they reduced the Cheshire Cat to nothing but, like, text bubbles. And I don't know about you. Tell me if I'm an asshole or just a fucking petulant child, but I don't think that the Cheshire Cat itself was as interesting in the Disney movie, the original Disney movie, not this new fucking horse shit, than its voice actor was. I think the Cheshire Cat's voice made the character for me. Like, yeah, it's a disappearing cat and everything, but other than that, it's a fucking cat. The voice actor, on the other hand, really did it justice. What do you think?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So, that voice actor also did the voice of Winnie the Pooh. And a bunch of other things. It was the voice of the narrator in a sketch in The Three Caballeros, which, for those of you who don't know, is a movie where Donald Duck finds out he has Mexican cousins. Very interesting. I know it sounds laughable at first, but it's quite fun. I love that movie. And it's kind of a neat cultural experience too. But anyway, so you can't tell me that the reason you don't have the Cheshire Cat's voice is because that voice actor died. Because Jim Cummings, God bless his fucking heart, took over the Winnie the Pooh voices, as well as many other voices, and actual singing voices for other characters in the whole Disney history. And I'm pretty sure it's Jim Cummings who plays Winnie the Pooh in this, and Winnie the Pooh has voice lines, but not the Cheshire Cat. Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I thought that was weird that the Cheshire Cat didn't have any talking, like any actual voice dialogue or whatever.
Well, and it made me realize, it's like, I gotta tell ya, I really don't give a shit what the Cheshire Cat has to say if I'm just reading it in a thing. Now, this is what I had to correct myself on. Not correct myself, but just kind of like cover my ass. I'm not saying that I'm not sure that the book is great. The book is probably just wonderful, and I'll read it one day when I decide to finally start reading again. But I'm not talking about the book. I'm not talking about the story of Alice in Wonderland. I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the movie, is what I'm talking about. And the movie really made it. I could give two shits what the Cheshire Cat says if I watched that movie and it was just like text bubbles. You know what I mean? Like, really? Really? That's what we're going with? I'm gonna pause this just to make sure we're still recording. Mary says yes. We were recording. But yeah, it makes me mad because they got some really cool classic voice actors in this. They got the Queen of Hearts voice actor, even though like her dialogue that they wrote for her in this was really dumb. They got Pat Carroll, I think her name is, the voice of Ursula, like came back for this. Like so many people. So many people.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you gonna reduce some of them to just stupid things? Even goddamn Eddie Murphy got to say like one thing as Mushu for his summon. Even they brought even Eddie Murphy in here. You're gonna tell me you don't have time to fucking put in the Cheshire Cat's voice, you pieces of shit.
Place back home, where we used to scribble on the walls.
It just grinds my gears.
Kyrie?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Don't touch!
Hey, here's a fun little connection. We just finished doing Until Dawn, and one of the stars of that game was Hayden Panettiere, and Hayden Panettiere does the voice of Kyrie in this game. So look at that. That's fun.
Okay, so don't tell me who, don't tell me which Until Dawn character they played, but I'm just trying to guess. They played the voice of Kyrie in Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yeah, just this, yeah. I mean,
I don't know if the voice of Kyrie
did...
carried over into the other ones. I think that did, but everybody sounds so different, including goddamn Haley Joel Osment. Speaking of which, how fucking weird is that? Haley Joel Osment goes from like The Sixth Sense to nothing to this. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's actually quite a few voices in this game that I never realized were like, for like Billy Zane, for instance. Never realized that was Billy Zane until this last time I played through it. I was like, holy shit. And then like Squall, that's David Boreanaz, which is fucking awesome.
I'm pretty sure Yuffie is like an established like voice actress too.
Yeah, Yuffie is Christy Carlson Romano.
There's
Y'all
the one.
might remember her from Even Stevens.
Fucking A, dude.
And Aerith is Mandy Moore. And I love Mandy Moore. So that's cool.
Was Kyrie Emily?
No.
Okay. Oh wait, no, she was Sam.
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Yeah. And here's another fucking voice. Nobody cares what you're saying in text bubble. He was Merlin, like fucking awesome fucking voice actor, dude. Voice acting was through the roof on this guy. And they're like, nah, let's just leave that be. Even the fairy fucking godmother had something to spew out of that food hole of hers. Like, something happened. And they're like, nah, we don't need voice actors. Speaking of which, okay, speaking of awesome voice acting and stuff, where's Archimedes? Just in general. Couldn't bother yourselves to put that fucking owl in this game?
No.
Just as a set piece? You
No,
put
not
everything else,
important.
God knows what, but you couldn't even bring Archimedes in here? I loved Archimedes. Kiss my ass. And speaking of characters that they removed, not Kingdom Hearts specifically, can somebody please tell me when and why Gopher was removed from the realm of Winnie the Pooh? Do you remember Gopher, Bubba?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gopher was the shit! And then they threw him away at some point. Just
They did?
gone. Yeah. Oh, look for Gopher in anything new Winnie the Pooh. You see fucking Gopher in the Winnie the Pooh trailer? No, you fucking didn't. Because the Gopher's gone. Just gone.
Huh. I wonder why.
Or
What did
Winnie the Pooh, you
Gopher
know what I
ever
mean,
do?
the Christopher Robin trailer. Anyway,
Yeah. What did Gopher ever do?
I don't know. Nothing apparently.
Didn't
I
pull his own
think,
weight, that's what he did.
yeah, he pissed off the wrong person. Misery must not die. Wait, where's the shortcut? Give me. I don't care. Be sure. Whatever. It's supposed to be a shortcut. Anyway, Gopher. Yeah, Gopher was just gone. It happened sometime when I was a kid. I know that. Speaking of classic voices, Jim Cummings, Tigger. Oh my god. I don't know if Jim Cummings was the original Tigger. Do you know who Jim Cummings is, Bubba?
Yes.
Do you know who this
think.
magical man is?
I've heard his name a lot. I know that.
There you
I forgot
are.
this happened this early.
What's going on?
That's kind of how my hair's growing out.
Riku!
Except with all the, fucking moose and
hey,
the
cut it
spikes and
out.
stuff.
I'm not dreaming this time. Right?
It's getting kind of big.
hope not.
I'm kind of
Took
glad.
forever to find you.
What?
My hair, it's getting kind of big and long. I like it.
Oh, that's good.
Wait a second.
It's down
where's
to,
Isn't she
it's
with you?
almost down to
Well, don't
my
worry.
shoulders.
I'm sure she
Not
made it
on
up
the
the island
sides.
too.
The
Finally
back
free.
of it, but I want it to be down
She
on my
might even be
shoulders.
looking for us now. We'll all be
cool.
together again soon.
Fuck you,
Don't worry.
Riku.
Hey,
Just leave everything to me.
Hey.
I know this.
Hey.
Riku is my baby.
Well,
I
your
love
baby
Riku.
does-
Riku is me.
Your baby does some fucked up
Sora,
shit.
what did you?
But Riku is
I've
my
been looking
favorite
for you, and
character
Kyrie
in
too,
this game.
With their help.
Really?
He's me at heart.
Who are
Here's
they?
the thing about Riku. Riku is
We've
Riku
visited
is
so
very
many
much
places in the
shit
world
on.
looking
But
for
here's
you.
the thing, dude.
Really?
Riku is me because
Well, what do you
he's me
know?
in these
I never
situations
would've
where,
guessed.
like, he's in this group of like three best friends, right? And like he knows,
mean?
he can see it in his heart
So
that
this
like
is called
Sora
a
and Kairi are like starting to get closer like as the days go by, and he
you're
just
back.
knows, and he can see it. He can see like eventually like, okay, they're getting this like couple thing,
Catch.
but also part of that's in his imagination, like, oh, you know, they're not gonna have time for
Okay,
me, so he
so you're coming
overthinks
with us,
things,
right?
and so he kind of like
We've got
distances
this
himself a little
awesome
bit.
rocket.
So he like has
Wait
his
till
own
you see
ambitions
it.
and stuff, and he kind of pushes himself away before he gets pushed
What?
away, you know. And
Oh,
so
come
the
on.
other
He's my
problem is
friend.
everything for him is all like circumstantial. Like this scene right here, he was like, okay, so yay, Sora's back, so let's get back to what we were doing, and then Sora didn't
Nice
give him the
going.
answer that he wanted, not because Riku's
well.
demanding, but because
At least he's
Riku's
okay.
mind, his brain, just
who
works
knows?
that way. He was
Maybe
like,
we'll
okay,
run
if Sora's
into Kyrie
answer is
soon, too.
immediately yes, let's go, you and me, then he feels betrayed. And so he's hurt. He's hurt and he's influenced by Maleficent because Maleficent is immediately offering him access to what he wants. And that's why he's deep, and that's why I love him.
Well, that's fair, and I'm not. Yeah, okay.
Did I just like blow your mind?
Well, you certainly gave me more to think about when it comes to Riku.
Like,
It's not
Riku
like
is
I hate
me.
Riku. I don't hate Riku. I mean, I do at first. I'm trying not to, like, I don't know if anybody's watching this that hasn't played. I'm trying not to do spoilers at all, but
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. there are times where
When you get suckered in by drugs and alcohol and sex with women. Okay. Go ahead.
sometimes, Riku, I don't believe I know.
No, but this story is very much me, and part of it is me because okay, so in Riku's case, it was him and Sora the whole time, and then Kyrie was brought like over to them, right? Like they even stated this in the beginning, so it's not a spoiler. Like Kyrie wasn't originally from the islands.
Yeah.
Can somebody tell me, please, why we had to do these text things? Is it because they thought they'd run out of space on the disc that they maybe originally had cutscenes and then they had to narrow them down to this? I mean, that seems like that wasn't the case because that'd be a lot of work, right? Be a lot of money to just make cutscenes and not use them. Why did they do this? There's so many other great cutscenes. Why not just do this? And then they do this!
I guess they figure it wasn't worth recording dialogue for him.
But anyway, it's this thing, it's this feeling, and I don't know if you've ever felt it, but it's just this feeling of like, you know, for me, I moved around a lot as a kid, and when I finally found like people I could actually be good close friends with, I held on to them for dear life because I was afraid I was always going to move away. And then as I started like moving more and more and was only in like school for like one school for like this year and another school for that year, like it hit me. It's like, if anything, you know, like made me feel I'm kind of like I'm kind of rambling. Basically, like if I felt like I wasn't like equally like important in the friendship circle, even if something like was clearly like, yeah, that's not actually what's happening, my brain would think it was that way. So then that happens, and then yeah, it's like, well, okay, what is like your friend's lost and this guy's like got his head up his ass, so come with me, I'll give you what you want. And she does. She doesn't double cross him. In fact, he ends up double crossing her. Whoops.
Whoops. No, it doesn't.
Shut up, Mimsy! Wait, okay, when is the... Oh, wait, I think it happens soon. Pausing again. Why were we talking about all this?
I don't know.
Riku.
Well,
Oh,
he got here
because you saw Riku as like, fuck you, Riku.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
that's right.
Hi.
Well, I'm not saying he doesn't have his reasons that are, you know, but there are times where Riku is a fucking asshole.
There's, you know what's funny is, I don't remember what I was watching recently, it might have been Mario Maker, but Danny brought up an interesting point. He's like, okay, I've seen a lot of Disney villains, I don't even know if you went into it that far, but he's like, let me get this straight. Sleeping Beauty is the whole reason that Maleficent, like the villain, I don't even know if he called her Maleficent, but he's like, it's the whole reason the villain, like, puts her to sleep forever just because she wasn't invited to the fucking baby shower? Like, what a petty bitch!
Yeah.
And pretty much
Yeah,
that's exactly what that story is.
Yeah,
thank
that's pretty much
Christ.
it.
That's about it, man. So yeah. Anyway, definitely, join me, even for the videos and stuff. You know what, I decided, that we should at least, originally I was gonna say, okay, I'm not gonna do, the actual, like, the video titles for, the channel, because it's like, any asshole can just look up somebody who recorded, you know, that stuff. There's got to be a gajillion amount of recordings. It's like, you don't need me out there too. But at the same time, like, I would like to experience those with you. And, you know, being that I'm sure you don't have these, it's like, we should add more story. You know, you should learn more of the story and stuff. So anyway, we should do that.
Do what?
Watch, or play through every Kingdom Hearts, and for the ones that are just movies, watch through those.
Right.
Because Chain of Memories might be my least favorite to play, because the idea of a card battle system is neat, but it's not what I want in a Kingdom Hearts game. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why I have no interest in playing it.
Just none whatsoever.
That's why I was gonna, yeah, like, I was just gonna, if you play them, I was like, well, I'll just play the fucking thing. 'Cause I don't want to. I want to play Kingdom Hearts 2, and I want to play Kingdom Hearts 3 for fucking sure, but I'm not interested in the in-between stuff. So, I would rather just watch someone else play them so I can get the story.
Right.
Because I don't want to play.
Yeah, oh thank God we have Cure. Okay. I'm saying that now after I just assigned it, but it just hit me. I was like, oh yes, finally. We can play the game now. Chain of Memories, here's the reason I don't like it, is because eventually you can just break the game, and there's a card combination you can use with putting 3 Cloud cards together, which basically gives you the attack that Cloud had in this game of just flying around the arena and smashing things. And then at some point you get cards that let you, like, use cards that you already used up, which means you can just keep spamming that attack forever and ever and ever. So it's like, number one, it's not fun. It's not fun. Number two, it's like, can you have just put that in a fucking movie? Because the cutscenes are cool and the story is awesome, but the gameplay is not fun. And the Game Boy Advance version, even less so. I like, when they did Chain of Memories and it looks just like this, I'm like, it looks like a Kingdom Hearts game this time, and it's got voice acting like a Kingdom Hearts game this time, but I'm not having fun! Like in a Kingdom Hearts game. You know, so... I don't know if you played Mega Man X4, but Zero makes that noise a lot if you play as Zero. Anyway, I don't know. Now that I have the Cure spell, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I will say that. So this was a redesign color-wise too. This one I did not like. Because the original one was like black and purple and it looked spookier. This looks stupid.
I don't really remember the old coloring.
I do. But I played this game to death. You know, I beat it so many times, like, I actually got every item, and then I beat it on expert mode, and I got the Another Side, Another Story thing. Dude, you said you beat 1. Did you get the Another Side, Another Story video, or have you seen it?
Seen what?
There's a video at the end of the credits you can unlock if you fulfill certain conditions.
I probably did not.
It's a video, and it showcases this person in like a black hood, similar to or the Organization 13 members in 2, traveling through a city, and then having this big giant battle in the rain with some Heartless.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, do me a huge favor. Don't look anything up. Join me through this whole thing. I'm going to unlock the cutscene, and we're going to watch together, and you are going to understand why I really loved this game, and why I was frothing at the mouth for 2.
Okay. What do you have to do to unlock it?
Well, I can't speak to what you have to do in Final Mix mode, but in the original Kingdom Hearts, you either had to just beat Expert mode, or on normal mode, you had to free all Dalmatians, you had to seal every world, including Hollow Bastion, you had to complete the Hades Cup, you didn't have to beat every optional boss, but basically, you had to do most of the things that required completion. And it wasn't that hard. It's just there were missable things if you didn't return to a certain place to do it. So it wasn't that bad. It's just, these are things you had to do, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, hey, those of you that actually tuned in for the other episodes, here's another thing that I like about Kingdom Hearts 1. Unlike in Kingdom Hearts 2, you can just beat a boss by dealing damage to it. In Kingdom Hearts 2, if I'm not mistaken, you have to kill an enemy at the end of a combo swing. Is this something you recall about the Kingdom Hearts 2, Bubbo?
No, but I'm not that far, so...
As I recall, in Kingdom Hearts 2, to beat a boss, you had to get them in a combo.
Whoa. That's stupid.
Nice. And I love this slow-mo thing I can do, too.
Yeah.
Like, it does the slow-mo on its own. I just always like being... Oh, here's another thing. Like, okay, listen. I understand, like, Ed Wynn and whoever the voice actor was that played the March Hare, I'm sorry I didn't bother to learn your name, it's just... I just happened to see Ed Wynn's name in more places. The guy who voiced the Mad Hatter, his name was Ed Wynn. Edwin. And, basically, they reduced the Mad Hatter and the March Hare to a portrait in the Wonderland world. Like a picture. Not even like a big, like, themed area, like, with big set pieces of them, just, they're in a picture. That's it.
Yeah.
Just fucking sad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, I mean, there's a lot of characters in the Disney universe that I feel like could have and should have been either more featured or included at all in these games that, you know, aren't.
Oh, and sorry to break away from this, but that reminds me. That's another thing about this game that they added in Final Mix mode, is another reason why I wanted the Japanese PS2 and Final Mix when it came out, is because in addition to all that, they also, so I told you about the Another Side, Another Story video. So, by the way, the Another Side, Another Story video, it is rendered in a much, like, higher quality, like, cutscene style, like the opening cutscene of this game, you know? So, imagine a really badass battle with Heartless, but, like, in a more not totally realistic looking setting, but you know what I mean, like in a more cityscape looking thing, dark, rainy. It's just awesome. So anyway, they revealed, not revealed, but I mean like they basically stated that the final mix game of Kingdom Hearts had a second cutscene just like it, but with different stuff. And I was like, what? And they did what the fuck? Oh fuck, here we go.
Well, as I live and breathe, if it
Oh, Jiminy, can you just shut up for about 5 minutes?
Oh, hi, Jiminy.
What in the world?
This little
are you
pain in the
doing
ass.
down here?
Playing hide and
Hey
seek.
guys, let's go play in the fucking whale, the
Just
worst
wondering.
platforming of your
And here I
life!
was, up all night just worried sick about you. Why, of all the Pinocchio?
Pinocchio! We stopped talking because they got tired. There's a voice actor I really like too. Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
There's so much charm in people's voices way back when. And you know, like when you watch like old style movies, for lack of a better description, like classic movies where like, you know, the guys talk like this and the girls, you know, they talk like this, you know, all that stuff. Like I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
The voices are just like candy. It's just like, love it.
Yeah.
And Disney movies are no exception. Angela Lansbury alone has added so much value to my fucking life. That is one pleasant voice. So anyway, yeah, we'll see those videos because I never actually did unlock the video they call Deep Dive. But now that I own Final Mix, I'm going to. Can you imagine, like, I fucking went through all the trouble to beat Sephiroth, and I even beat the other optional boss, which I will not reveal because it's a spoiler for those who have not seen it. It's actually going to make more sense to you because you started Kingdom Hearts 2 recently. And that's all I have to say about that.
There's a tournament being held at the Coliseum.
Well, I hear the great reward for the winner. That's about the best Dale voice I can give you. Sorry. Yeah, close enough. 6 to 1, half a dozen. Yeah, let's do the normal drive. That sounds like a bad time. Warp drive. Shall we do the tournament? I mean, we're gonna have to, I guess, if we want to do the Hades Cup.
Yeah.
I was about to read Hercules' voice and Danny DeVito's voice. It's time to go from junior hero to real hero. But that wouldn't work because Hercules' voice on, well, that just wouldn't work.
No.
No, it would not. Oh boy. So, here's the fucked up part about Kingdom Hearts, right? This marathon, for lack of a better description, that we shall call it. Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out in January. I'm not ready for it.
No.
That leaves like, I mean, let's assume it came out on the 1st, and let's hope it doesn't because I'm going to Illinois for that amount of time. I'm going back to the burbs for a little bit, just for a week or so. And I realized that, let's assume they started on the 1st, that leaves 45 days. Even if I uploaded an hour video, assuming that they were all an hour even, which they won't be, so, you know, they'll be under that or way under that just because of the length of the other snippets to put in. That means that we would have to do the whole series in 45 hours, which that's not going to happen. So I decided it's going to be best And tell me if you agree or disagree. At least for us, at least for our sake, it's gonna be better, I think, if I just enjoy my ride on these, we get through these, and then play Kingdom Hearts 3 when all that's done. What do you think?
Nothing to it.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that you're all in for this, by the way. Like, I'm glad you don't have any interest in playing the other ones, because I want someone with me on this. This is a big undertaking. And I'm doing the Dark Souls trilogy. You know what I mean? Like, by comparison, I could probably do Dark Souls a lot quicker than I could this.
Yeah, probably.
Not Dark Souls 3, though. That one, since I haven't played it before, that one excites me, because, and it scares me, because it's like, it's supposed to be the hardest one, and yet, it's supposed to be like the easiest, because they're supposed to like, well, not the easiest, but it's supposed to be made easier, because they try to appeal to more audiences, and I'm like, listen guys, this is your third fucking Dark Souls game, plus you did Bloodborne. By now, if all you're trying to do is appeal to a new crowd that didn't want to play your other hard games, you're not gonna get them with this one.
Like, the people that are in are in. Like,
yeah, we're in for the long run. The people that are out, they're out playing like fucking Katamari Damacy or something like that. It's like, we're doing the games we want to play for fun, alright?
Yeah.
Like, Dark Souls is my fun in a sick way, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I tried Dark Souls, okay? You know, Dark Souls 3 is the thing that's gonna change everything for me. I'm not gonna play Dark Souls, hate it, and then be like, oh, but Dark Souls 3, that's where they hooked me.
That's where the action's at. I'd have more luck getting you to be a good Bloodborne player, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Which, now that I think about it, playing through Dark Souls is amazing how I'm not as good at the one Reborn that we are stuck at currently in Bloodborne. Because Bloodborne, in my opinion, is way easier because it's way more like active combat battle based. Like, it's more dodgy, it's more like, you know, fast paced. Dark Souls, every move you make is just has to be perfect.
Yeah, and fuck that
No.
shit.
Don't you fucking do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm telling you, dude, I could go through like 2 bosses in Dark Souls right now and have a better time than I am right now in this fucking Coliseum battle. Something happened to me this year where I got good, as the fucking online community says. I got good. I don't know how it happened.
It was practice.
Yeah, and it was the thirst for the lore and the actual experience and stuff.
Yeah. You have to want to get good. Like, cause like with me, like, I don't want to get good at Dark Souls. I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. But if you play it and you're like, I have to get good, then you're gonna get good. No matter what. You just have to want to.
Yeah.
Whereas me and people like me, yeah, I just want to have fun.
But, oh, so here's what I was saying before, right? So, the thing I learned about finishing, nay, completing Dark Souls Remastered, a moment of which I actually captured in a bonus video that I'm going to set, that I'll do as bonus features, is that it makes me think back to when I first started playing it, just going through the original opening parts, even towards the first boss, maybe even the second. And like, dude, this is hard. Like, I'm getting tired of going through the same area, and it's funny looking back, like, having gotten good, it's like, why did I used to think this was hard? Because the thing about Dark Souls is, I'll tell you a secret. When people say get good, it's not about, you know, get good at the boss. It's like when people say, like, sound off like you got a pair. You know, when someone says sound up like you got a pair, what would you think they mean?
I guess I would just think like,
This should help.
speak with more confidence, conviction, that kind of thing.
See, my mind originally went to speak up like you got a pair of balls, you know?
Well, yeah.
But it turns out, in boot camp, Jesus, there was a petty officer and there was the sergeant, I guess. The sergeant, basically told me, he's like, listen, when people say sound up like you got a pair, what we mean is sound up like you got a pair of lungs, you know? It doesn't mean what you think it means. You keep saying good. I don't think it means what you think it means. But anyway, in Dark Souls, get good, I don't think, in my interpretation, doesn't mean just be better at the game, you know? Like, do better at the bosses, you fucking dumbass. Like, why is he gonna do so much trouble? What it means is, understand how the game is played. Because if you jump into Dark, don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. If you go into Dark Souls thinking, oh, you're just gonna pick it up and play, and you're gonna level up your character, and you'll get stronger that way, you're gonna be disappointed. Everything has a purpose. Like, every weapon, like, scales off of a different stat. And some weapons scale off of multiple stats. But if you're just randomly putting points into your stats, obviously you're not going to have a good build, which means you're not going to be strong enough to take on the game. That's what get good means, in my opinion, is just learn how the game is played. Like, take a minute to look up some tutorials, like, hey, here's how this works, here's how that works. Once you do, I swear to God, it's a better experience. I swear to God.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
No!
Heal. Come on.
Yeah, see, they'll just wait for me to land, and then they're like, oh, we'll get you. I'm telling you, dude, there was not nearly this many of these fucking Nocturnes in the original. Now they're all over. They're like goddamn deer on the highway to Casper. They're just every fucking where.
Heal. Heal.
You guys didn't get that reference, but trust us, there's a lot. And they're waiting. They're just waiting.
Come on.
Yeah, they sure are. I don't know how you feel about the Coliseum stuff, but to me, I feel like it just gets real tedious.
We're the champs.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay,
it gets very tedious. There are some cool boss battles that are exclusive to it, like fighting, for example, fighting Yuffie and fighting Cloud, and even later on in the Hades Cup, like fighting Hades. Obviously, that's cool. And then there's the optional boss battles. There's the Ice Titan, there's the Rock Titan, but it's not optional. Well, I mean, everything's optional, but like, there's the Rock Titan in the Hades Cup, there's the Ice Titan who's an optional battle, there's Sephiroth. There's some really unique shit, but the tournaments, you're right, they're tedious.
Yeah.
Because if you die, like, except for the Hades Cup where there's like 50 things, if you die and you haven't made it to the next set of 10, you're starting over at that first, you know, at that last set of 10 you went through.
Yeah.
That's life for you now.
Yeah, and it's just the worst.
I can't tell you how much the worst it is. Yes, I can. It's the worst.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I loved it.
But one thing I hate more than anything are gank bosses. Now, there's not too many of them in this game. There are boss battles where you fight two people at once, including Leon and Cloud, by the way, which is just bullshit.
Fuck that.
Because...
That was a pain in the fucking ass.
Did you do that?
Oh, yeah, however many fucking tries later, but I did it, and I hated every second of it.
Like, Cloud has a fucking annoying enough, like, kit as it is, but then you throw Leon in, And you throw Leon in, giving him his giant fucking sword upgrade. Like, oh good, that's what I want. I want Cloud jumping up around doing God knows what. And Leon swinging his big fucking dick at me. Like, that's great. Yeah. It's not fun.
It's not.
And then, just in the next tournament, I think it is, you got Leon and Yuffie. So you got Leon, like, throwing fireballs at you. Meanwhile, you got Yuffie zipping around like an idiot. Like, fucking, look at me!
Yeah. Leon and Yuffie definitely, it wasn't as bad as Leon and Cloud. But, fuck Leon. Both of those fights were just garbage.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
I mean, Cloud by himself is fucking garbage, but...
Well, actually, Cloud's pretty easy, I find. Especially if you have... No, but he is, because look at his abilities. Okay, all you have to do is equip dodge roll, and dodge around him when he does the, you know, dash forwards. You wait for him to jump at you, you dodge roll away a couple times before he lands, and then you jump attack combo him, and you just keep repeating. It's a lengthy one, but it's not hard. If you get greedy, he's gonna punish you. Hey, we're finally onto the Disney shit. And don't tell me Tarzan. Don't tell me we went through Tarzan, because that level's bullshit. And don't tell me we went through Wonderland, because that didn't have the wonder of Wonderland. And the Coliseum, we just been through that. It's tedious.
Like, the Wonderland level, they could have done so much more with that level, and they just didn't.
Searching for it now. I'm certain we'll find
It could have been so much more fun than it is.
So that just
Like, I understand it's like the introductory level or whatever. I just, like, it's Wonderland. This could have been so much more.
Everywhere for Jasmine. She disappeared.
Well, and then... Here's the thing, if you notice, you revisit worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they're much more expansive, much more interesting. They had such an opportunity to be like, okay, because look at the fucking Wonderland movie. There's the fact that, you know, first she goes, like, through the beach, where they're all, like, swimming and stuff, and then she goes through the forest, and then she goes to the actual Red Queen's Castle Gardens, and she goes to this place and that place, and it's like, what did they do? They stuck with a small forest area. Ooh!
Yeah.
We need all
There's
7
such a
princesses of
colorful
heart
cast
to
of
open this
characters
vault.
in Wonderland.
Any fewer is useless.
You were coming through very distorted. Like,
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
they're not gonna like that.
and bring her
I apologize for
And
anybody.
unsubscribe. Send you to unsubscribe from your own channel. I wasn't even subscribed to my own channel. Look, I dare
The
you.
heartless consume.
But I'd unsubscribe if I heard that. Please don't unsubscribe. Hashtag subscribe.
Your concern is touching, but hardly necessary.
You think Jafar and Maleficent are fucking? I like to think that they fuck.
Okay, so here's a color change that I didn't mind as much. It's hardly noticeable. Let's go back to what just came out of your mouth. I'd be lying if I said I never thought about it before. And I'd also be lying if I said I didn't come to a conclusion, which is that it'd be really hard since they both wear clothes with a lot of layers and ropes.
Well, I mean...
You think they just conjure up something?
They magically fuck?
Like, they fuck each other's space stick and magic vag, like, that's what they do?
Either way, they're fucking.
I mean, shit, I mean, call Aladdin and Jasmine fucking what you will, at least it's an ethos.
Come on!
Come on!
Come on! Ha ha! Yeah! Come on! Come on! Nice, pal!
Come on! Show me your moves.
What's your style? That's a different show. You cannot block me! I am unblockable! What's your style?
Soil.
What? Can you explain to me what? No, apparently you can't because you were just asking the same thing I was. What the fuck
what
is
the fuck
soil?
was that? What was any of that?
What does that have to do with anything? And you know what's funny is that episode makes me laugh because Mark Zuckerberg really has fucking lost it. He has lost his fucking mind, dude. Like, you and Britt, I know Brittany does, but do you watch a lot of the H3 stuff? Well, anyway, earlier, I want to say this year, Ethan and Neela did this video on Mark Zuckerberg's virtual reality tour through... Jesus Christ. It was like some big, like, hurricane-affected, like, country. It was like, let's just say Puerto Rico. I bet it was Puerto Rico. Like, let's just say the thing it actually was.
Puerto Rico's not a country, but okay.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean. Yeah, I know Puerto Rico's not a country. I also didn't say, you know, the country of Puerto Rico. I said he went through somewhere or some other country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know Puerto Rico's not a country. I know that Mexico is north of us. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Anyway.
I know that she travels around with a bunch of people in a fantasy world. Hold the fuck up. Bitch, are you not the Hobbit again?
Who's there? Hello?
He and his friend basically jump into this Oculus Rift version of themselves, and they take a virtual, like, ride or tour through, like, the devastation, and they're just talking about, like, hey, here's what the Oculus Rift can do. It's like, are you really trying to sell the Oculus Rift while you're just overlooking all this horrible tragedy? You need to look this video up. Like, Mark Zuckerberg has lost his fucking mind.
Well, yeah. That's for sure.
And to be fair, I mean, like, I can't blame him for losing his fucking mind, because as the creator of what is now, like, the largest, like, hate speech spewing fucking thing on the planet, yeah, I'd be pretty bummed out, too.
The boy who holds the key.
I just wanted people to be friends. Instead, it's all about dividing the nation even more. And okay, when I'm saying that, I'm not saying that Facebook is absolutely the biggest social media thing, because I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I'm just saying that it's the only one that I use, and that it's the one that you hear, it's like, oh, you heard that shit on Facebook, or, you know, something, you know.
Yeah.
We all know Twitter
Facebook's
exists.
gotta be
We all know it
biggest.
exists because our president won't let us forget it exists.
Oh, God.
Come on!
Oh, God.
Oh, gosh. If y'all ain't seen Gandhi,
Okay, let me just stop you right there before you continue and say that when I started laughing the second you said if y'all ain't seen Gandhi, I was still laughing at the reference we did from Gandhi, not the fact that if y'all haven't seen Gandhi, that next sentence coming out of PJ's mouth was, it's a laugh riot. Because I'm sure it's not. Anyway, continue with your story. I just wanted to save my own hide. That's my soil.